All right, what's up, y'all? In this video, I'm going to talk about how our agency got our landscaping client over $45,000 in new business within just 3 weeks of using our Meta Ads program. We're going to dive into the exact ads that we delivered for them, the exact strategy, the GoHighLevel backend, and all of that fun stuff. So let's dive right in, guys. Right now, we are in the ads manager right here. And we have a few different campaigns that we're running. This client has only spent roughly $1,200 on ads so far, which is absolutely insane. And his profit margins are really, really high. And so let's dive into the first campaign that we ran for them. And so again, super simple setup here, guys. We are doing a campaign budget, campaign optimized, $30 a day. We are doing one ad set with one ad, which I know kind of crazy, but yeah, one ad set, one ad. We are targeting generally just Albuquerque and Rio Rancho. So pretty sizable market, but we didn't get too specific here in terms of like zip codes. But I think the bigger audience, the better sometimes for some clients, really just depends, but good audience size right here. And then we'll dive down into the exact placements that we did, obviously Facebook and Instagram, but we excluded a few different placement controls. So we're only doing feeds, stories, status, reels. And so those are the only ones that I've seen good success with. And I think it makes sense to spend money on those. I don't think it makes sense to spend money on in-stream ads for reels. I don't think it makes sense to do apps and sites. Like some of that stuff doesn't really get a result in the first place. And so we're actually going to dive into the actual ad side of it now. So in this ad, you can see it's just the business owner himself. He's talking about the recently completed job they did. We're showing before and afters of the project. And then we're getting drone shots. We're getting a lot of footage of the actual work he did. And for his specific industry, which is, landscaping, it is super visual. People need to see exactly the kind of work that they did at their home. And so whether it's like roofing or some other like service businesses, those don't need to be as visual. Don't get me wrong. You definitely want to still show the work. But for landscaping, it's more of a creative and like bringing this creative vision to life. And so showing that visually has been huge. And then the next thing that we're doing is we're doing something super simple. We're sending them to an instant form from the native platform. And quick question that we're doing is just, what services are you looking for? Lawn maintenance, landscape design, or other. If they select other, takes them to a text box where they can fill out some information about what they're looking for. And then we have them fill out their information, their full name, email, and phone number. And then this part is huge, guys. This is honestly a make or break type of thing whenever you're running lead form ads on the platform, is doing text verification. It's been such a day and night difference between implementing this because whenever we weren't doing text verification, we would get so many leads through the funnel for our clients that just either weren't picking up the phone or had an outdated phone number. It was just bad. But ever since that we've been doing this, like we actually are able to get a hold of the leads now. Like the clients are able to get a hold of their leads. And they're actually closing more deals because of it. And so huge value add right there. And then we're sending them directly to a call now button. Ideally, you have a Calendly or some sort of website built out to actually capture that. But if you don't have any sales assets like that built out, then just a call now button is a good placeholder. And so, yeah, that's the actual ad side of it. Super basic setup, guys. Whenever we find that is fatiguing, we will just duplicate the campaign and just keep running it until the ad really starts to fatigue out. And then we'll refresh new creatives into the campaign. But let's dive into the actual back end of HighLevel. And we're still adding some things to this, but here's a good setup for this client that we're doing is, so whenever somebody fills out their information, that triggers this automation, updates the pipeline saying, hey, Kevin, you have a new lead. And then internal notification would send out to the actual client as well as to us saying that, we got a client the lead, which is, good for us to know. And then we actually send a webhook using Make to text our client the lead that they got. So a lot of our clients are home service businesses, are blue collar. They don't check email or other apps that much. They mainly work through phone call and text. And so it just makes sense to send the leads that you're getting your clients via text. And so that's exactly what we have built out right here. It texts the clients with the new lead that they got so that their sales team or them as the business owner can actually reach out to that lead as quickly as possible. And so yeah, this is how the setup is for this client, and it is absolutely crushing for him. But a big thing too is like, yes, the ads are working. Yes, we're helping getting qualified leads, But a huge thing is that this client is actually calling their leads within 5 minutes. This client is actually doing the steps that we're teaching them to get the most out of this kind of program. And so, yeah, it's very different closing a meta ad lead versus closing a referral. It's just with meta ads, you're going to have to do a lot more follow up. You're going to have to do a lot more retargeting. You're going to have to just do more to close that deal. But, once you do, you have that client and now you have another referral partner there as well. Closing a referral is so much easier just because it's like, okay, I've seen your work already. You've done it for my neighbor. And so it's not as follow-up intensive. So yeah, that's how everything was built out for this client to generate them over $45,000 in just 3 weeks of working with us. It's a pretty simple setup, guys. So let me know if you guys have any questions, comments, drop it below, dropping more videos like this. So peace out.